Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Poirier Sports and Leisure Complex, where tonight the Coquitlam Express play host to the Penticton Vees in Game 4 of this Interior Division quarterfinal, with Penticton leading this best-of-7, 3 games to none. We have a bit of a fog in the building, primarily in the Express end of the ice, as McNabb muscles it into the Penticton zone, rounded behind that, wraps it in front, Lippis there, he jams at it, Shield is down, 3 or 4 whacks, and he's got the puck. And Peterson comes back for the puck, being leaned on by Barnes. And it's loose and it's taken away by Nash. He'll send it for Johnson, pitching in with a shot. Nice save by Stevenson. Rebound in the crease, and it's taken away by Jake Tour. Sanda, he'll drop it off for Will down in the Penticton zone. Throws it in for Sanda. Now Linnell spun it through the crease and well wide. Now bounce off his tension to Sanda with a shot and a save made by Shield. Face off to Shield's left. Express win it. Linnell with a shot, and again another nice save by Shield off Eric Linnell. Kenny Johnson, he'll just throw it to an open corner for Keene to skate onto it. He'll feed in the slot for Lucas Sillinger. Bose is in front, there's a pass, Bose, stopped by Stevenson, and he holds on to it. Out comes Lucas Sillinger with Keene and Bose. And Bose takes the pass off his skate into the middle for Keene, cuts in and shoots, Stevenson the save. Good stop there by Clay Stevenson off of Keene. Johnny Tyconic starts back. He'll fire across corner for Ward to race after it against Scott. Scott is back. Ward steals, centers it. Rizzo stopped by Stevenson. Nash with his shot. Then hit a leg in front. Lippis, McNabb, and Lawrence start the power play. McNabb centers it through the crease and wide. And back the way comes Owen Sillinger. 2-on-1 with Barnes shorthanded. Owen Sillinger, wrist shot, stopped by Stevenson. Rebound! And he's got it. Face off to the left of the Express goal. Vees control the draw, and Tyconic goes all the way back with the puck into his own zone, protecting it against McNabb before sending it down the ice, and it comes free right to Slobodin. He'll cut in and shoot. Stopped by Stevenson. Rebound. He stops that as well, as the Vees again with another great chance. Vees win it back to Campoli, left point. Wrist shot deflected. Saved by Stevenson. Rebound poked away to the boards. Good stop there. Taylor Ward back to Tyconic. Wrist shot off the leg. Bounces in front. Stevenson down. At the side they score. Owen Sillinger jamming it at the side of the net with 4 seconds remaining in the penalty to Jack Lippis. And the Vees have taken the 1-0 lead here in Game 4 on the power play. Now in come the Vees. James Miller in deep, centers out in front, off his skate, Stevenson down, and they score. It rattled in. Lucas Sillinger was in the goal crease as the Vees centered it out in front. And the Sillinger brothers appear to have given the Vees a 2-0 lead, but the officials are going to talk it over, and they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off. As Stevenson was down, Sillinger was at the net, and Fred Harbison is arguing that Sillinger swatted it in with his stick. And the Vees bench boss isn't too happy with the call, but the Express will take it. Schulting into the corner to Wildauer. Takes it behind the net. To the left boards to Linnell. Sand in front of the net. Back to Shear down left point. Screen shot knocked down in front. Puck in the air. And they score! Jonathan Sheardown with his shot. Wildauer and Sander were both in front of the net. One of them got their stick on it, and it fluttered over Shield, and the Express have tied the game at 1 on the power play. Trying to keep it that way. Lucas Sillinger, wrist shot, stopped by Stevens, gets it on. Rebound, Sillinger scores! Or they wave it off again. Sillinger thought he scored, and the play is continuing. Now he fires another shot, and a glove save by Stevenson. On an odd sequence there, and again, Fred Harbison is upset. But the officials are going to have a discussion again on what may or may not be another Lucas Sillinger goal. Fred Harbison might be really upset if he has a second goal waved off in this second period. I was more or less watching the player. And again, there's no goal for Penticton, and Fred Harbison wants to have a chat. He's going to get his chat. And he's going to lay it into one of the officials and really get his case in, but it's still a 1-1 tie. And now the second referee is going to get a word or two from Fred Harbison, who's arguing vehemently. And the Penticton coaches are continuing to argue. And Fred Harbison is not letting up. He's continuing to bark. Scramble draw in the express zone. Puck slides into the corner. Lucas Sillinger laying it back to Keene. He'll feed the line. Poked away by Jay Tour. And he'll dance into the V zone. Tour down the right wing. He shoots. Stopped by Shield. Big win from Amsler. Stopped by Shield. Oh man, what a moment that would have been if Amsler scored on the rebound to give the Express a 2-1 lead. Moments after Lucas Sillinger had a second goal waved off here in the second period. Owen Sillinger turning with the puck back to Wyatt Sloboshin, and now the Vees set it up. Tyconic at the line in the middle, slaps it down low, and a save by Stevenson, pucking behind him. And now Ward tries to bank it in, blocked by Schulting. As back comes Wong for the Express. To Wildauer, he'll feed Sanda, now to Wong, cut in, backhand, puck in the air, and is gloved away to the corner. 15 seconds remaining in this power play. Sheardown, he'll feed Schulting in the middle, and the puck bounced off his stick outside the line. That forces the Express to tag up, and Penticton tries to change, and the Express will change as well, and then they turn it over. Here's a chance, and Stevenson races out of his net and clears it away at least to the corner, as Clark nearly had a chance. But now Campoli for Penticton. Slowly to center ice, and he'll bounce it in the Express zone. Stevenson lost it, comes in front of the net, lifts in the crease, Stevenson down, and it squirts wide. Almost another disaster as they hit the stanchion and cause all kinds of chaos. Owen Sillinger again back to Campoli. Right point Miller, one-timer, healed it wide. Now comes to the side of the net where Sloboshin's on. It centers it off a couple of skates, and then Lippis lost it in front of the goal, and it squirts away from a diving Stevenson. As it's just absolute chaos in the Express zone, and now the Vees control. And it's sent around the right wing, held in by Johnson. He'll take a hit and send it down the boards to Rizzo in the right wing corner. Boutin in the slot, gets the puck and shoots, stopped by Stevenson. Nice save there off of Dakota Boutin. Clack gets away from Lippis and sends it around to Johnson. Nice stretch pass onto the stick of Sloboshin. He'll try and cut in, he shoots, stopped by Stevenson. Rebound, he covers it up for a whistle. Reed back for the puck. Sweeps it around. Wong intercepts behind the net. Amsler's in front. There's the pass. Comes all the way back to Sheardown. He'll look and shoot. Nicely blocked by Rizzo. And he'll break out with Taylor Ward shorthanded. Massimo Rizzo down the wing. Feeds across. Ward scores! Taylor Ward ropes it over Clay Stevenson. And the Vees take a 2-1 lead. Sanda bouncing it into the Penticton zone and going in after it. Bumping with Johnson behind the net. And Sanda took the worst of that. And Sloboshin starts back for Penticton. Up to Clack. Back to Sloboshin in the express zone. He'll cut in. Sloboshin stopped by Stevenson again. As he's on all kinds of glorious chances, but hasn't been able to beat Clay Stevenson. Send it behind the net to Bowles. He'll bank it back to Miller at the right point. James Miller, wrist shot deflected, and that hit the goal post. Keene with a sharp angle shot. That hit the post on the other side. As the Vees come oh so close and now making it a 2-goal game. Now, here comes Bowes. Down the middle, he shoots, and Stevenson kicked that out with a pad. Vees now really trying to put the Express away. Now fed back to the line to Schulting, right point. Down the boards to Wildauer. Stevenson still in the net. Thrown in the net, deflected, and Shields got it. As Linnell got a piece of that shot. 22 seconds left. Sanda back for the Express. Onto the right wing. In comes Josh Wildauer in the Penticton zone. He'll play it in the middle, broken up by the Vees, and they send it down into the Express zone. Just 10 seconds left. Express really have to hurry. Schulting up to Wildauer, up to Sheardown into the V zone. Now to McNabb, he's poke checked, and that's gonna do it. Penticton completes the sweep with a 2-1 win over the Express in Game 4. And the Vees sweep this Interior Division quarterfinal 4-0. But the Express fought valiantly right down to the very end and forced Penticton to really earn this series victory with all that they had. And credit to the Express for how hard they fought in this hockey game, because they weren't going to let Penticton just earn this series victory with ease. As now the two teams make their way to center ice to shake hands in a hard-fought 4-game sweep for the Penticton Vees. And now the Penticton Vees are going to move on to the second round of the playoffs. As now the Express will head down the tunnel to the dressing room for one final time. As the Penticton Vees win this series. Landon Fuller standing on the ice, guiding the final handshakes as the Express make their way down the tunnel for one final time.
Your first star from the Coquitlam Express, making 59 saves,
and a rousing round of applause as Landon Fuller is the last member off the ice for the Express.